Friends, you already know what I'm telling about. That is our world news. So today, my first news is India is set to reopen some trains on Tuesday as the country looks at easing its nearly 7-week lockdown while coronavirus infections are increasing. And my next news is President Trump on Tuesday claimed that it was because of political purposes that Democratic governors are moving slowly in loosening ratification and opening businesses shuttered by the coronavirus. And my next news is Mexico president has ordered the armed forces to tackle security on the streets for another 4 years. He had previously criticized as his government struggles to curb violence in the country. And my next news is Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address the nation at 8 p.m. on Tuesday, a day after, to deal with the chief ministers on ways to deal with the spread of coronavirus and also boost economic activity. And my next news is the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) has committed $3.6 million to assist Indian government fight against COVID-19. And my next news is Washington Governor Jay Inslee amended his March order banning religious gatherings of any size Friday to allow home-based Bible study and prayer after one man sued the state. And my next news is two men in California were arrested after breaking the arm of a Target employee who confronted them for not wearing masks during the coronavirus. And my next news is France has begun to ease its lockdown and thousands of businesses have started to reopen. Among the businesses reopening are hairdressers also. And my next news is Australians flock to shopping centers across the country as coronavirus restrictions began to ease, but a lack of adhering to 1.5-meter physical distance rules has raised concerns. And my next news is a robot dog is patrolling one of the Singapore's parks as a part of coronavirus related trial. It was made by the US-based Boston Dynamics, is fitted with a camera to monitor all surroundings. And my next news is Russia reports 10,899 new coronavirus cases and 5 COVID-19 patients die in Russia hospital. And my next news is India as of Tuesday reported 70,756 cases of coronavirus and 2,293 deaths caused by the COVID-19 in the country. And my next news is US Supreme Court takes up the most politically charged cases of the year. President Trump refusal to turn over tax and financial records. And my next news is Toyota on Tuesday said it expected a 79.5% drop in its annual operating profit this fiscal year as it suffers significant fallout from the coronavirus. And my next news is schools are set to reopen starting this week in South Korea. And my next news is Twitter begins tagging misleading and disputed claims about coronavirus. And my next news is Premier League of finishing the 2019-20 season are boosted as the UK government publishes a roadmap for allied sport to return in England from June. And my next news is New Zealand's foreign minister on Tuesday said the country had to stand up for itself after China warned its backing of Taiwan's participation at the World Health Organization could damage bilateral ties. And my next news is school reopened on Monday in the West African state of Benin. But many students and their parents worried that mask wearing and social distancing rules would fail to keep coronavirus. And my next news is the postponed Women's World Cup in India was on Tuesday rescheduled to the next year from February 17 to March 7 after the whole body made a thorough assessment of the situation arising out of the COVID-19. The tournament was originally scheduled to be held from November 2nd to 21 this year, but was postponed last month due to coronavirus. My next news, former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, who was admitted to the AIIMS here after suffering reaction to new medication, was discharged on Tuesday. And my last news is Air India headquarters in Delhi has been sealed for 2 days beginning Tuesday morning after a staffer tested corona positive. The headquarters is being sanitized and will be sealed for 2 days. These are all the news about today. Please share and subscribe my channel. Don't forget it. Signing off today. Bye-bye.